Just letting everyone know in the community, and I'm just going to check on.
Hello. If anyone's
Yeah,
there.
we're good. We're live. How are you, Sammy boy?
Hi, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a week. It's been a week. One of those weeks where you're like whack-a-moling, problem solving, but
Firefighting.
firefighting. Exactly. Yeah, like I've got project stuff I want to get on with, but instead I'm whack-a-moling fires and doing a lot of content, trying to do a lot more social media content.
It takes up a lot of time. It's people don't understand how hard it is to do social media stuff and how much time it takes up.
Yeah, like I've always watched creators like Chris Williamson, and I think he's been going for like 5 years without ever missing an upload, and that is wild. That's wild. I have no idea how anyone does that.
You got to be pretty committed. It takes a lot of time, a lot of prep, and everything like that. It's hard.
For sure. How's your week been though? Busy?
Yeah, mate, it's been good. Always busy. That's why every week's getting busier and busier. But yeah, mate, it's been good. No complaints.
Nice. I am just double checking that we are live. Yeah, we are definitely. Cool.
Yeah, it says we're live.
Nice. Yeah, so we've I don't know if you guys watching this, if anyone's actually in here right now. We've been going live on multiple platforms. So we go live on TikTok every day, and we've been cross streaming on different platforms to hit different audiences, trying to be as consistent as possible. But the weekly Thursday that we do around 6 or 7 p.m. is more of a podcasty style rather than the ones on TikTok are kind of like see what questions come in and then ask away, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. TikTok's been pretty good. The last few have been pretty busy, and yeah, I feel like the last one we did was really good actually.
It
It
was.
wasn't
It
the
was really good.
wasn't the longest, but had some really good like engagement like from the off, which sometimes takes a while to warm up. But literally as soon as we started, there was just questions sort of flying in straight away, and they were good questions as well, not questions we sort of have. 'Cause you tend to get the same questions over and over on a lot of the lives, whereas those ones I thought were a bit different compared to normal, so it was good.
I always wonder what to do in the lives when I've just done like a 5 minute spiel about a certain topic, and then someone new immediately asks me the same question again. I'm like, should I do it? Should I say?
I know what you mean. Yes, because it's happened a few times, and I guess you don't really know what to do. But I suppose it's just got to reiterate the same point.
Mm.
Can you you must be able to save the lives, and could you like post them?
Yeah, the only reason I haven't is you can see I haven't decorated my studio yet. I've been
Yeah,
planning to, just been so busy, and I am not an interior designer. I can.
that's what ChatGTP is for, right?
Yeah, like it gave some good examples, and I watched a few videos on interior design, and I've got an idea of what I want to do with this room, but I really can't be asked to paint again, and I think I would have to paint that back wall to do what I want to do, but we'll see.
Okay.
I
Painting.
hate painting.
Yeah, it's such a tedious job. Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst jobs. It's just the prep that takes forever, and then it's just messy, and it's not an enjoyable job, is it?
Speaking of the prep taking forever, how's the stock in your house? Is it just flooded, or you got a good balance of it at the moment?
It's I've always got stuff here, and it's just annoying. A lot of the time, like so, my prep center does most of it. I think the most annoying thing is my private label stuff, which is just sat in it's upstairs, and there's 20 boxes, and they're just massive boxes, and they're just taking up so much space.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping I'll get rid of them. And then this room, I've got ah cameras, laptops, hair dryers, moisturizers, hard drives, all sorts of loads of stuff. Vacuums. There's like 4 vacuums in that corner. Um, and they're slowly they are getting out, to be fair. They're moving quite quick on Vinted and eBay. The problem is, so I'm almost got rid of all this stuff, and then I've got another parcel coming tomorrow, and it's just gonna have even more returns, which I'm gonna have to deal with.
Hmm.
So the prep does most of them, but there's a few bits which I get sent back to myself, just just if I need to test it properly or do some bits with it. So it's just that stuff which is tedious, but at least the prep does the majority.
Have you tried using one of those services that sells your returns for you?
Yeah, I've used two. One of them was absolutely appalling. The
Oh
worst,
wait, I think I remember talking to you about that. Yeah, they had
yeah,
a.
it
I
was
remember that at the time. Yeah.
the worst service I've ever used in my life. Granted to the guy who owned the company was going through loads of family problems and stuff like that, which is, uh, yeah, which isn't obviously nice for them and very hard situation. Um, but regardless of that, the whole thing it was just completely poor. It was absolutely terrible. It took like 6 months to get paid out, like 120 quid or something, which was just a joke. I used another one which were pretty good. It's just expensive. I would recommend them though. What they called? They are called Stock Revive. A guy called Adam on Twitter. But they are yeah, he was good. And he messaged me recently actually, which I need to get back to him. And I sent him a load of returns, which was good, like quick turnaround. It's just expensive though. Like they take 30% or yeah, around 30% of whatever you sell the product for. And they're not always going to get, I just don't think they're always going to get the best price for it. I feel like they're just going to want to churn stuff over as quickly as possible, which
Mm.
means they're not selling it for the best price. And then you'll give them 30% anyway. And then it just leaves you with next to nothing. So that's why I'm just doing, yeah, a bit more myself, which can, yeah, hopefully make a bit more money on.
It's a good idea. Like it's a really good idea for a model. But I was talking to Reese about it, and he was like, "Oh, should we get that in the prep center?" And I was like, "Mate, that's a good idea for a business model. It's not one I would ever want to do. It sounds like a horrible job to do."
It's the worst job, like the worst job. I could not think of anything worse. Like dealing with customer returns is horrific. It's just tedious, right? You got to go through a load of crap. You got to test it all. You got to see if it works. It's just an absolute nightmare. Like it is not something I would ever want to do. And I can see why this company charged like 30% because that's exactly what I would want, if not more, to be able to actually do that job. Because it's tedious, yeah. So I don't, yeah, I wouldn't advise you guys get involved in that.
No, no.
Stick to
We
prep.
uh, we did have a good day today, though, didn't we? We had our first guest speaker in our mentorship
Yeah,
server, which was really successful. That was really good.
it was good. Yeah, I like that. It was good to get people on, to people from different, uh, like different sort of styles of selling on Amazon, not just sort of what we do with the online arbitrage and stuff. Yeah, valuable. It was good guys, really nice guy as well. But yeah, I like that. So hopefully we can get a few more people on in sort of similar situations, and yeah, try and mix up the calls every now and again. Because I think the guys in the group liked it as well.
Yeah, I've got a list of people in my mind I want to talk to and ask if they'll be up for doing it. I know you do as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's just good all round, isn't it? If you can get different perspectives, network, figure out how people are doing it, what they do differently. I think in this case, with the guest we had on, he has the pretty much the exact same mindset as we do. The only difference is that as he scaled, he got a bit more into PL and creating his own listings, which yeah, it has always been my mindset. When I get to a certain level, I want to do PL. But obviously, you've not had the best entrance into PL with the headaches you've had.
it seems to be like the common transition though, right? You start with retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and then you do sort of Amazon to Amazon stuff, and then you from then when you scale that to a certain figure, it's then like right, what avenue do you take? Do you either continue doing online arbitrage and A2A and like keep it at a decent level, or then do you then jump onto wholesale, or then do you jump onto sort of private label? And it seems to be a very common theme. That's the way people go really.
Okay, I got a question for you. Given how much capital you have now, what stopped you from going into wholesale in a big way in the UK? Because I know you tried in the US and it went tits up. But why not in the UK so far?
I just, I just,
Arbitrage just works.
what's that?
Arbitrage just works for you.
Yeah, like the problem is I could do. That's what I've noticed with private label. I can do wholesale. I can do private label. it just means more work for me, which I don't
Mm.
wanna do. Like, I'm happy doing Amazon at the level it's at now. I do 2 million a year revenue, and I'm happy with that. Like, I have really no intention of doing any more than that. If I have to do more than that, it means hiring more people, or it means me having to do more work. I don't wanna do more work. If anything, I want to do less work. So if I have to do wholesale, then it's going to be more work for me. I'm going to have to reach out to the wholesalers. I'm going to have to build up the relationships. I'm going to have to go out and meet them. I'm going to have to do all this. The private label, it took so much of my time in terms of product analysis, research, dealing with the manufacturers and stuff like that. And it's just not what I want. And I suppose it's like, I guess, short term work for long term gain. But again, I don't want to scale. Like, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Like, it's majority of it's outsourced. VAs do most of the stuff for me, and I'm just happy with that. And then if I can focus my attention elsewhere, obviously mentorship takes up a lot of my time. I can do that, and then I've got another little business I run as well, which I can focus on too. So if I can just grow those on the side and just keep the Amazon stuff ticking over at 2 mil, then yeah, I'm happy at that, to be honest.
It's funny that you say I don't want to scale at 2 million a year. Like to a lot of people, that's dream
Yeah,
figures.
yeah, that is true. You sort of forget. I guess you get a bit desensitized to where you're at.
Hedonic treadmill, isn't it? You get very used to the feeling. You said the other day that it eventually just becomes numbers on the screen and you don't even feel anything. And I was thinking about that comment for like a whole day. I was thinking about that, about how humans, we we dream for these big things. You get to that number, and then getting big numbers doesn't phase you. But I guarantee if you have a bad month, you feel the negative. So the positive dwindles, but the negative still hurts.
That is 100% true. Because yeah, 100%. As soon as you have a bad month, then you do. Yeah, you feel it. But then when you have like a good month, it's just like, meh, yeah, it's fine. Which you can sort of see, like, I guess the whole what's the whole saying of like, money doesn't give you happiness, sort of thing, because it's, I guess you're at like a pedestal, right? And it only is going to sort of bring you misery when you lose something or when you're having a bad time. Whereas you got everything you want, then yeah, you sort of you can't really go much higher, if you get me. Um, but yeah, no, it does just become sort of numbers on a screen. After like the first couple of years doing it, you sort of, yeah, you don't get that phase by it, I think, because it just becomes the norm then.
Mm.
But yeah,
Well, it's interesting. I've never agreed with the expression "money doesn't buy happiness." I
I
get where
no,
people.
I don't. To be fair,
No, I get where people are coming from, but I grew up in a poor household, and literally every single stress in my life growing up could have been solved by money. And I
yeah,
know, I also know, having made some money in my life at this point now, I also know that having money just leads to different problems. But at least you're not worried about what you're going to eat that day. At least you're not worried about losing your house. So yeah, it's a privileged position to say money doesn't buy happiness, I think.
yeah. I think it certainly buys happiness. It buys freedom. It just helps massively. Like you say, most problems, maybe not most problems, maybe I suppose a lot of problems in life you can solve with money. Um, and it makes your life a hell of a lot easier having it.
What
So
Think about how relatable the issue Mike Tyson had. Mike Tyson had a tiger that didn't get along with a lion, and without all his millions, he wouldn't have been able to buy the lion a second mansion to live in. It's relatable, right?
that is definitely relatable. I was just wondering what I was going to do with my tiger, actually. Um,
Can you
but
imagine having that? That's I'm not going to say it on YouTube because I've been told not to swear on these lives anymore. But that's fu money, isn't it?
yeah,
That's obscene.
that is obscene. You can sort of see it like when you get to like, I guess, a certain point when you can literally just buy whatever you want, then maybe it won't get you any more happy. It might not, but I don't know. I think you have to have serious amounts of money for it to then be the case of money doesn't buy you happiness.
There
But
was a study on it, wasn't there? Which, when the study was done a long time ago, they said anything above 90,000, I think, doesn't actually give you any more happiness. That was before inflation.
yeah,
But at that level, what gives people more happiness is time. So once you've gotten to about that level, if you get more time back, that's what people value more.
yeah, I did see that actually, and I've seen where have I seen it? I've seen it somewhere where I think there was a study. It's like businesses who grow to like I don't know, like 3, 4 million a year turnover, and they've got sort of like 5, 6 employees, and they do sort of healthy margins. Like that is supposed to be the happiest and the best sort of business to run, and you're going to be most fulfilled running that sort of business. Because as soon as you scale past that, it then gets you then got like get into like a much larger business, more risk, more employees, and just everything just sort of escalates from there. Whereas like having like 3, 4 million a year and sort of 6 employees and so on seems to be like the sweet spot between being running a really successful business but not making it too stressful, and then you start to sort of not enjoy it.
Yeah, like what you and I have, and I think what the majority of people in our free Discord community have, is Amazon as a lifestyle business. You know, you're not building an arbitrage business to exit it to a private equity company. You're building it as a lifestyle business. And what I've seen firsthand is that it unlocks, it's like a cash machine, isn't it? You use it as a cash machine. And then if you want to keep going with it like you do, where you work 10 to 12 hours a week and you use it to finance your life and your family and support and everything like that, then you can. But what other people do is use it as a cash machine to then go, maybe they want to get into property, maybe they want to invest in the stock market, maybe they want to move abroad. You know, it's to me, I've always seen it as a lifestyle business. Seller Smart to me is like a prop, not, I don't want to say proper business. Seller Smart to me is um, not a lifestyle thing. You know, I'm going to
Yeah.
reinvest everything I have into Seller Smart for as long as it takes. Whereas Amazon has always been like a supplementary thing to unlock time freedom. You know, I don't have to work for someone else when my Amazon is doing well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you've got like, yeah, sort of different stages really. You got like the first stage where it's, I guess it's sort of like side hustly, and then you move into the lifestyle sort of business side, and then from then you then got a decision as to do you keep it at that, or then do you scale it massively and start building brands or getting brand to brand sort of relationships and wholesale and stuff like that. But that's how I treat it as the, like you say, lifestyle business. It gives me a hell of a lot of freedom, allows me to travel, spend time with family, friends, and then money I make I can withdraw and invest into other things, and then hopefully grow them, and then maybe eventually I'll always want to keep Amazon running in the background because it doesn't take an awful lot of time, and it'd be silly to ever let it go. But I don't know, maybe whenever that might be in the future, and then you can focus on the other things you've sort of built on the side.
Yeah, 100%. That's the same goal as me. Use it as a supplementary, and you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? If it's working, why fix it? Why break it? Why
Yeah,
take the wheels off if the car's driving?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you say, there's absolutely no reason. If it ain't broke, don't fix.
Hmm. Yeah, completely. Guys in the chat, I can see a few people in the YouTube. Let us know who you are, where you're from. Let us know if you have any questions. We are doing a podcast, but this is also a live Q&A. If there's any Amazon questions that we can help with, that's what we're here for. How are you getting on with the you guys have been looking to move, right? Are you looking to do that this year?
Yeah, I had an estate agent around yesterday. Had another one around like a month or so ago. I just need to speak to a mortgage advisor just to see what we can move into. Hopefully, a nice £2 million house. No, just joking. Nowhere near that. But yeah, once he's got back to me, I can then start looking. But yeah, we want to move. We need somewhere bigger. It's just kids take up an awful lot of space, and to be fair, the business takes up a lot of space as well. So yeah, I do want to. We do want to move. I want somewhere with like an outdoor office, like a converted like shed office sort of cabin type thing. Because that would be yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. So that's
No,
what.
no distractions in the soundproof cabin in the garden.
Yeah, I can lock myself away in there. No one can irritate me. I don't want any kids screaming the house down every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've got 4 months to go. Our baby's due in August, and I'm really cranking what the amount of hours in the day, really pushing it at the moment just to get as much work done as possible before the baby's here, because I'm expecting to be a walking corpse by the time a few weeks pass.
I think you'll be okay for like the first bit because the baby, I guess, depends if Rose is going to, I guess, breastfeed or bottle feed or whatever it is. Because the baby will be very attached to her. So there's not really you're just a bit of a spare part to start with. So you won't be too bad then.
Mum looks after baby, dad looks after mum. That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's true. So I think yeah, after like a good couple of months, I think yeah, you'll start to feel it. And then after Rose has started having enough and wants to get rid of the baby because she needs some space without someone latching onto her 24/7, and then that's when you're gonna have to step in.
Yeah, we moved to this place, the place we're in now. We moved here because it was bigger. We were getting ready for the kid to arrive, and I said, right, stock in the house. It either needs to be sold, donated, or recycled by the time we get to this new place.
Yeah.
Inevitably, one of the rooms in this house is just like filled to the brim with boxes, and I can't like I very much could get rid of them in 2 or 3 days worth of work, but I just have not had the time to do it. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I keep thinking I can't outsource this. I need to just dedicate time to getting it done. Like if I do it over one weekend, I'm sure I'll get it done. But yeah, I
That's
just
the
haven't done that yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, it's the same with me. Like, they are all the stock is just right next to me, so I can do it. But as soon as I open my laptop, then it's just so hard to pull away from it because you do one thing and then you jump onto another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing, and then you got messages here, then you get a call here and all that, and then by the end of the day, you think I've not even. I just feel like you've not really done anything. Like you've just been on your
Yeah.
laptop non-stop, and so it's hard to try and pull yourself away because you think, "Oh, I'll just respond to this person, it'll take me 2 minutes," and then, "Oh, this person's message now, I need to do an email," and it just escalates. Yeah, it's hard to try and fit everything in.
I was watching a podcast episode the other day. Chris Williamson was interviewing some guy. I can't remember his name. I'm so bad with names. I'll try and find it in a sec. But he was saying, since the introduction of Slack into the workplace, you actually Microsoft Office docs have data on what everyone does. So you've got Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all of that. Microsoft has so much data on those platforms; they can see when people are using them. And ever since the introduction of Slack into the working place, so many people have to be instantly available to messages that they actually can't get their proper project work done in the week. And now we're seeing people it bleed over to the weekends where people in salary professions are having to log in on Saturday mornings to do real work because the Slack or Discord distractions through the week were so intense. It's weird, isn't it? It sounds so counterproductive to a
Yeah.
proper workplace.
Yeah, for sure. And mate, Discord is the biggest distraction.
Mm.
The amount of messages I get all the time. It's just absolutely relentless. Whether it's in the obviously the mentorship group, the just the main Discord group, and then any other Discord group with other people, friends, and it's just yeah, I spend most of my time, I swear, just messaging in Discord throughout the day.
Yeah, it does happen. I know people have those schedules, don't they, where it's like I'll respond to messages at this time in the day and this time in the day to kind of compartmentalize their life a bit, have a bit of
Yeah,
organization. And I have thought about that because my content output was slacking because I was trying to juggle everything. But unless you like dedicate time to certain tasks, I know to a lot of people watching this, you might be thinking it's not Amazon related, but it is. It's kind of workflow related. To me, you have to like set time aside with no distractions to get stuff done. So that might be sourcing or in my case, it's recording and doing content. And if I don't schedule it and I don't turn off my notifications and don't close Discord, my ADHD riddled brain will just bounce around from task to task to task. Pattern switching is the term, which
Yeah, that's
I got I got this Pomodoro timer,
yeah.
um, and it was very enlightening. I switched it on for an hour, and I was like, right, I'm going to focus on one task for an hour. And then within 15 minutes, I realized I was doing 6 different things, and I was like, oh crap.
That's exactly how my day goes. Like my morning's pretty structured. So first thing I do is my Amazon business stuff, and I review leads from the VAs, and that's like I do that religiously every single morning, and nothing.
What time do they work usually? Your VAs?
So they're normally starting around like midnight. So one of them is almost finished or probably just about finished by the time I log into the laptop. And then the other one starts a little bit later. So she's still usually working. And then my admin VA, she probably starts about 6 a.m. So she works, very similar time to me. But just starts about 2 hours earlier, finishes 2 hours earlier. So yeah, Amazon review deals straight away. That's what I do. And then usually by the time I've done that, I go to the gym, get back from the gym. Usually all deals and everything's been reviewed. And then I go on Discord and then just go and have a look at messages and start responding to them. And then again, by the time I've done that, it's usually around probably like midday. And then that's when I start having calls, whether it's calls with you, Reese, or mentorship calls, live group calls in the mentorship, anything like that. And then after that, it is just a muddle of 29 different things all going at once. I think this afternoon I had what did I have? I was speaking to a couple of guys in the mentorship Discord. I had Claude running, trying to run a bot for me on, like, I was trying to get it to create a bot for me on one project, and then on another chat, I had it trying to create another bot for me on another one. I was trying to like edit like Google Sheets to show me the correct information on certain things, and I was just doing like 6 different things at once. And I was looking around, and I was just like, I don't even know where I'm at with any of these things, and it was just an absolute mess.
Reese and I were talking about this the other day. He used to be driven mad at Ford by the amount of people saying, I'm working on this, this, and this, but no one was ever talking about finishing
Yeah,
things they were working on. That's the problem, isn't it? You've got like 10 different tabs open in your brain, working on 10 different things, but how many things are you actually closing? So,
yeah,
like, to anyone watching this, one thing that we are trying really hard right now to implement is the 5 minute rule. If a task is going to take 5 minutes or less, you have to do it there and then, because otherwise you get to a point where you realize these tasks that actually only take 30 seconds to a minute, you've been procrastinating on them or pushing them aside for like 3 months, and it
yeah.
literally just action it now and it will get done.
Yeah, for sure. Happens. It's too easy. It's too easy just to not do it and ignore it.
I've been loving seeing you making these Claude bots. Like, that's how good AI is getting, where you can make bots.
Mate, it is so good. So a friend of mine, and I think you guys have been going on about it for a while as well. But a friend of mine has been telling me about it, and he said, "Look, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and it's really good. You need to sort of get involved." And I've just never really got involved, just because I never really understood the whole process of it. I didn't understand, like, there's just so many things I just didn't understand. And then I thought, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go in there. There's a particular task I wanted doing, and I thought I'll just message it, see what the outcome is, and see what it can do. Um, and what I wanted it to do was create a bot for me to scan um, eBay. So I was going to give it a load of parameters, and then it was going to use those parameters to scan eBay and then send me alerts on products it finds. And I type it in the most simple, dumbest way possible. And it is so good. It just gives you the most simple breakdowns. Anytime you're stuck, I'll send like a screenshot of the error page, or I'll message and say, oh, this isn't working, or this is the error, send it to it. And then it will just break it down. It will give you a new code. It will running a new script for you, and it will just try so many different things, and it is honestly like AI for dummies trying to speak into Claude. It is so clever. Since that, like I literally started it this week, and it's what, Thursday. I've created an eBay bot. I've created a automated refund tracker for all of my Amazon to Amazon returns. I've then created a customer return tracker, which is auto populated, all based on emails I receive. And I've also created an auto bot which sends my prep center Discord notifications of one-time passwords from Amazon, DPD, DHL, and yeah, those three. And there's like four botty type things which I've created this week, which before that I had no idea how to do anything. But there's so much you can do with it. It's unreal. I think every business and every Amazon seller for sure needs to try and implement it, even if you are so stupid at AI and technology and stuff like that, which I am. Like I'm really not that tech savvy. Like I can do basic things. I can use the internet and all that sort of stuff, and I sort of I know my way around a computer, but when it comes to AI, and I've normally just been using it for like the most basic stuff on ChatGTP, asking it the most basic random questions, rewording things for me, and all that sort of stuff. So if I can do it, almost anyone can, to be honest with you. And it's definitely worth playing around with it just for an hour or two, asking it some questions, seeing what it can do, and you'll realize, yeah, the power of it and how much it can really help your Amazon business, especially on the admin side of things.
The beauty as well is you can use AI to learn AI. So
Yeah,
if you have no idea how it works, just ask it. Say, teach me how to use you effectively.
yeah.
Or if you want to, like with prompting with LLMs, large language models, the more detailed and specific you can be with the prompt, the better. But you can even get the AI. You can say, "Hey, I need to do this thing. Can you write me a prompt that does it specifically, taking into consideration these things?" And it'll even make you the prompt. It's so good.
It's yeah, it's pretty wild. Like the things I've been doing and what it's been running for me. I don't know. You just feel like a bit of a wizard when you're looking at. And I'm just looking at these scripts it's running for like Python and Google Apps and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking that looks absolutely insane. It's like how anyone can make any sense of all of these just letters and numbers just jumbled up is just insanity to me. And it
That's my missus. She's a platform engineering specialist. So not
okay,
only can she use the AI, but she actually understands everything that it's doing with all the things she does. Like, honestly, I used to be technical, but I've gotten so lazy because she's so technical. There's no point me doing deep diving and stuff because I'm just like, Rosa,
yeah.
what's going on?
It's yeah, it's insane like how much it can do. So I would say 100%. I've been telling everyone in the mentorship like the little projects I've been working on and what I've been doing. So I'm hoping some of those guys will yeah spend an hour or so just jumping on it and seeing what they can create because it'll make a big difference. And I'll do a call in the mentorship at some point. I just want to try and understand it a bit more myself and see what else I can create. And then, yeah, do a nice sort of weekly group call in the mentorship and just run through the possibilities of it and show people exactly how they can utilize it. Because especially for like the admin side of things, there's you can automate so much and you can free up either your time or your admin VA's time and they can focus on other things. It's yeah, it's a real game changer.
I'm astounded by how many of my intelligent friends are writing off AI and saying it's useless and it's just a waste of money. Like, and they don't use it. I'm like, use it and it will blow your mind, and you'll see you're talking out of your backside. It's like it's the worst it's ever going to be now, and right now it is mind blowing. Um,
Yeah,
Buffett's just said Buffett's just said, "Love AI. I've built an app with a nice front end that manages my Google Sheet, analyzes deals, scores them, writes back to the sheet. Loads easier than using a sheet and a lot cleaner." That's very cool. Yeah, GG, good
unreal.
effort.
Yeah, unreal. That's so good. So there's honestly, yeah, so much stuff you can do. It is mind blowing. And but I think yeah, you're right. To be fair, when I speak to a lot of my friends who are pretty intelligent and decent jobs, and they just don't seem to use it that much. I guess I don't know. Maybe if you've if you've got more of a 9 to 5 typical job, is there much room for it? For especially for something like Claude, maybe not. Whereas I guess if you're running a business, you probably would have a lot more use for it. I guess if if you're doing a normal 9 to 5, maybe might be more your thing because you're not really going to need Claude for all the coding bots and automation stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, I'm so like I'm so enthusiastic. I understand where we're going as a society is like quite alarming because no one knows what's going to happen, and it does look like a lot of jobs are going to be made irrelevant. But you know, I say this all the time, but with the invention of the tractor, 95% of people on Earth were farmers, and that turned out very good for everyone. So I am an optimist. I'm a diehard optimist. I do think if we play it right, this can be a very good thing for everyone. But yeah, we just we have to play it right.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's pretty wild what it can do. So, and like you say, it's not even like anywhere near its best yet. So when it's over the and it's think how quick it's grown over the last 10 years. Like AI, remember seeing like AI videos. I think there's one particular AI video of Will Smith about
The eating spaghetti.
yeah, and it's,
Yeah.
it's just like a mess. And you're looking at it, it's like, what is this? It's just the worst video I've ever seen. And then that wasn't even that long ago. It was like literally like a couple of years ago or something. And then you look at AI video nows, which like Nano Banana can create, and you honestly cannot tell the difference between real life and AI in some of these videos. It is
Mm.
yeah, absolutely insane.
So I just googled it just to show you guys a stat. So to give you an idea of how big AI is, Amazon spent 125 to 131 billion in 2025 on AI in a year.
That's an insane amount of money.
It's hilarious as well, isn't it? Because the AI Amazon has sucks.
It's the worst. It is
It's so
the
bad.
absolute worst. Whatever they must have got 0.00001% of that budget to create the AI for the seller support side of things.
Snappy fish. The difference from 12 months ago to now for Claude is insane. Yeah, honestly, like I've probably mentioned this friend in a podcast episode before. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a developer. He's a web developer who, up until maybe 3 months ago, was saying that it's all useless and crap and it doesn't make sense. And then when I talked to him about it the other day, he was like, "Oh yeah, AI gets a bad rap, doesn't it? It is actually pretty good." And I was like, "You were the one telling me that you thought it was crap." I was like, "What are you talking about, mate?" I have no idea how people can be that ignorant over something so big. It's so big.
I guess like web developers, they're probably proud of being able to create things themselves rather than using a computer to sort of do it for them. And it's
Yeah,
like a bit of a uh, what's the word? Um, pride thing that they want to do it themselves. Yeah, when I guess as soon as you, I guess, uh, as soon as you just give it up and then think, okay, let's just give in and give it a try, then you realize actually it is absolutely amazing. But it
yeah,
must
it
help
is.
so many. It must help so many web designers, like coders and stuff like that. Surely, it like Cal
It
must
does.
have so much help with it.
Yeah, it like speeds up the process. So vibe coders, people who make apps and things like that just by vibing, by prompting, it's getting good for that, but it's not perfect. If you can
Mm,
read code and use it, then it's very, very useful, very,
yeah,
very effective. And we're having a really weird time in society right now where junior developer jobs have just been wiped out completely because AI can do it. But but senior jobs are still absolutely thriving. But
yeah.
obviously, you can't become a senior dev unless you do a junior dev role first. So
We're gonna run
it's
out
going to
soon.
have yeah, it's going to have really knock on serious consequences in a few years' time where there's a shortage of senior devs. But who knows? Maybe in 5 years' time, senior devs won't need to exist anymore because AI is going to be
Yeah.
that good.
Exactly.
J- JPTV, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Let us know if you guys have any questions. We are in a topic about AI at the moment because everyone's talking about it. Sam's been discovering it for his AI business, and it is honestly, it's like to say it's anything other than mind blowing is just crazy. Also,
Yeah.
sorry, James is here as well. Vertful, welcome for joining. Welcome
Hello,
for
hello,
joining.
hello, guys. But yeah, it's yeah, madness. I'm so happy I started playing around with it. I'm so surprised the amount of stuff I've actually managed to create with it. It's yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to spending more time. I feel like I've spoken to Claude more than I've spoken to my wife this week.
Okay, so Whisper. Whisper, get used to using that. That's a really good AI
Whisper.
annotation tool. Yeah, so it's spelled, hold on, Whisper. It's called Whisper Flow or WISPRAI. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Um, Whisper Flow, basically, you can talk way faster than you can type. Whisper Flow integrates with all of your apps, including with coding, and you can speak what you want to type. So when you can get in the habit of it, you can just get so much more done so much faster because you can talk way faster than type. So Whisper is a really good one.
can I?
Welcome for having me. That's great, thank you. Yeah, it was a float. Okay, right. So
Can
okay,
can it
okay.
sync up with Discord?
It absolutely can sync up with Discord. Yeah. So Whisper Flow, sync it with Discord. Get used to using it. Incredible.
I
Um,
feel like that would help like the mentorship a lot because
yeah.
some of the clients ask questions which are they're straightforward questions, but the answers just require a bit more. So I normally send like voice notes over, but something like that, if I can just speak it and then it can do it in text, is yeah, is pretty amazing.
I'm pretty sure you could even send it as a voice clip and have the
Yeah,
summarization text with it, which would be really good. So
yeah, that
Snappy
is.
Fish says using Whisper for voice to text in Google Play app. Yeah, honestly, it's so good. It's so good when you get used to it. It's just incredible. So
Yeah.
Whisper, Claude for when you want to code stuff. GPT for when you need a large context window. So if you have a problem where you're going to be talking to the AI a lot, that is still where GPT wins. GPT is doing really well there. Um, Grok, you can use it if you want to create really funny racist jokes. That's about it. No, I'm really joking.
It's racist and
Google,
homophobic.
yeah, very based humor. Google Workspace is what we use in Seller Smart, which obviously has Gemini. Gemini is really good for Nano Banana, so image generation, video generation, and things like that. For us as Amazon sellers, there are now agentic AIs. So there are AIs that you can make agents around. One that is really doing the rounds at the moment is Clawbot, isn't it? It was Claudebot, but they changed it because they were going to get sued by Claude.
But hasn't what Claude just released this week just pretty much does whatever that Clawbot could do anyway? So now there's that Clawbot is just sort of is just a bit redundant now.
Yeah, potentially. Again, this is a really interesting thing with the dynamic we're in right now. I don't know if you've ever looked at the economics of AI and LLMs, but it actually doesn't make any sense. They're spending an obscene, like hundreds of billions a year, and they're not getting any return from it. So hypothetically, in 5 or 10 years' time, they might just not exist because they're not economically feasible to exist. We
Yeah.
just don't know. And yeah, sorry. The reason I said that was the big companies are actually really quite easy to copy from the other big companies. So if ChatGPT makes something, Claude can make it just as quickly because the AI does a lot of the building. And
Yeah, right.
whenever small companies build stuff that's really good, the large ones can just copy them straight away. So it's a really, really weird time to be in business.
It's yeah, because that Clawbot literally there was so much hype around it like last month, maybe, like not even that long ago. And now Claude's just done some huge update and essentially can do everything that Clawbot did, and it's managed to, I guess, take over it in a month. So it's pretty insane.
Did you see? You know that X post that you did with the Claude update. Did you see that had 53 million views or likes even?
53 million. No, that's
Yeah,
mental.
not so niche anymore, is it? I saw that. I was like, oh damn, that's a lot of people.
That is a lot. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, yeah, that is insane. 53 million.
Shout Alex, welcome to the live, mate. I was thinking about you earlier today. I wanted to say hi, and I just got so busy, I got distracted. Hope you're doing well, mate. You've been using Windows key and H speech to text like like a peasant. Yeah, well, it's a classic, isn't it? But yeah, honestly, Whisper, man, Whisper's so good if you can get used to it. Cal got me on that. Trying to get hold of Cal in Discord is almost impossible because he's a coder. I totally get it though. Like he shouldn't be distracted by Discord. As soon as he got Whisper, he was responding to all the messages, and I was like, hey, Cal's in the game now.
It is him and Reese are two of the hardest people to get hold of sometimes.
Yeah. Aiden, welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. Didn't
Hey
realize
mate,
you
how
were
you
on
doing,
YouTube
Nathan?
also. You both had a good month for your Amazon businesses. Yeah, we were saying at the start of this live, mate. It's been a week of fighting fires constantly, but it's been good, been good. I've still got the crap in my house I need to get rid of, which I'm box by box every week. It's going down little bit by little bit, but it still takes up an entire room in my house.
Snappy Fish says worst part of Claude is running out of usage. Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
First off, I started with the free plan. I maxed that out pretty quick, and then I paid for the £15 a month one, and then again I maxed it out pretty quick, just spamming those messages. And now I think I'm on like the top plan, whatever that is. But yeah, so far been so good with that.
It is one of those investments where even if you're paying the 200 plan, it can be worth it. I know that's a lot of money, but man, can you imagine like how insane it is that we have PhD level intelligence at our fingertips and people don't want to spend more than $20 a month on it? It's like
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
mad when you
wild.
think about it like that. And I think the way I see it in terms of the cost is you could pay someone a salary to do some of these monotonous tasks, or you can pay ChatGPT or Claude or something like that to then create a bot or some sort of automation to do that for you. So I think it's as long as you're using it effectively, I think it definitely works. But like you say, you only AI is sort of only as good as the person using it. You need to have a I think you need to have a clear vision on what you want it to produce for yourself.
Mm.
If you don't really know what you want and you're asking it to sort of tell you what you might want, I don't think you're going to get the best output out of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's the 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 output of the prompt is only as good as the context you give it. That's the way to think about AI.
Yeah.
Aiden, you were saying, don't know. There's been a few Section threes getting handed out. Had quite a few sellers come and tell me. I know Amazon sometimes have random times where they hand them out, and then it goes quiet. Don't know if anyone has been coming to you guys also. Yeah. So in our community, we've been getting loads of people saying about Section threes. We have an Amazon account recovery expert. So if anyone has Section threes and they want help with it, we have an account recovery expert in our team who can help. I got a Section 3 violation. I was part of the wave, and yeah, it's one of those things. I said in the community chat earlier today. If you are buying from legit places, you collect your invoices, you have your order confirmation emails, you show your bank statement, and you prove where you ordered the product from. As long as you're buying from legit places, it will be fine. It's just Amazon's way of trying to get rid of fake or inauthentic suppliers on the platform. And it is stressful for people. But again, as long as you're playing the game properly, you'll be okay. You do have to have a video call with an Amazon person. You have to share your screen, show your ID in the call. And yeah, you have to go through that process. But if the one thing I'll tell you guys, if you get a Section 3 violation, it only starts to get hard to overturn the decision if you fail the appeals process multiple times. The more you fail the appeal, the less likely you are to get it approved. So if you've tried once or twice and it's not working, come and talk to us because we can help you. But it happens now and again. It happens probably once or twice a year, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely get a load of a big wave of section threes. It's just it's just one of those things in the Amazon game, unfortunately. But I think, yeah, like you say, make sure don't use your emotions when you're responding to these section threes, and you need to make sure your response is adequate, is professional. You need to have all of the correct information, and you need to, yeah, you need to respond in a certain manner. Don't start getting stroppy and blaming Amazon for doing X, Y, and Z, because it's certainly not going to help you. And like Sean said, the more they decline it, the harder it's going to get.
You can use, talking of AI, you can use GPT, can't you? You can feed your evidence into GPT and say, help me write a response to this that's constructive, direct, and to the point, not emotional. Because that is the key thing Amazon want to see. Amazon just want to see that you're following process, and if you've made a mistake, you're going to learn from it and not repeat it,
Yeah,
which is what they want to see.
yeah, exactly that, exactly that.
You got one recently, mate, and I say the exact same things. As long as buying everything above board, you'll absolutely be fine. I noticed the majority of sellers are new and haven't sold many items. Yeah, so I got it from an American product. This was actually really news. This was news to me, by the way. I got it from an American product where I bought it directly from the brand, so obviously it's fine. But I hadn't bought or sold the product for 7 months. And I was always told that you can't get Section 3 violations if you haven't sold the product within 6 months' time. So now we know that that's not true because, as I say, I hadn't sold it for like 7 months. And I emailed the brand to say, hey, can I get an invoice? And they would only provide excuse me, order confirmation emails. Their shop was obviously powered by Shopify. So I was like, you can give me an invoice, but you're just choosing not to. But it turns out with Section 3s, Amazon will accept order confirmation emails. If you can provide invoices or receipts, that's better. But you have to provide order confirmation with bank statement, maybe a Loom video showing the order page of you ordering it, corresponding with units and date. That's what I had to do. I've still got one more part of the process I need to follow up on, and the only reason that hasn't done is because I've been too busy. It's tragic, but as I say, I'm lucky. I'm very blessed. Obviously we have a community where someone in our team is an account recovery expert. So as soon as I get it, I got it. I was just like, man, I just got to do process and get rid of it. It's very easy to not stress about it when you've got someone in the team like that. But I know for the people I've been talking to, it's really stressful. Um, I think Sam, you'd probably agree. You do get to a point, right, where you have so many hurdles that Amazon throw at your feet when you're trying to make money that eventually it just becomes white noise. You get so used to it, so numb to it.
Yeah, like I see it a lot in the mental shit. People, oh, well, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with this, or this happened. Like someone was asking me about customer returns. It's, oh, well, what if they return it and the customer returns it and it's faulty and they damaged it? Like, am I going to get reimbursed for that? I'm like, no, you won't. And then they for them that's crazy. They're like, what do you mean I won't? Like that's absolutely insane. And I think, like you say, it's just there's so many things which they chuck at you all the time that nothing is really that surprising. So it's just another one of those things, and it's the same with any business. All right, the longer you've been doing it, the more you understand the what's going to happen and how it's really going to affect you. Like everyone says whenever Amazon start increasing their fees, everyone's going mad. Oh my god, Amazon increasing the fees. It's not going to be profitable and blah blah blah. And it's oh well, it's going to stop tankers. Like no one's going to tank any listings anymore because Amazon are increasing their fees. And I was like, you're insane if you think Amazon increasing fees is going to stop people tanking. It is not going to do anything. It's literally not going to have an impact on anything at all. If anything, the prices are just going to be more expensive because if everyone's got a repricer, their repricer is automatically going to adjust based on the fees. People are still going to tank because people are going to do that regardless, whatever the fees are. It's not going to get rid of anything. And if anything, it's just making products more expensive for customers because everyone's prices are just going to increase just to allow for the fees. And it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things which just happens and you just crack on with it.
Yeah, so Snappy Fish, you said gotta be thick skinned in this game. I
Yeah,
completely agree, right? And I kind of feel like I have to. I'm a very direct person. not in a bad way. I would prefer to be direct with you, so when I'm talking to you, I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I was chatting to someone the other day who was having a section 3 and who's getting really, really emotional about it, which I understand because it's really stressful. And I was a little direct with him where I said, look, I get it. I get the stress, but you really can't let this emotionally affect you. You have to see it as, instead of it being a really overwhelming stress, see it as time that you have to allocate to fix a problem. And a couple of days later, he decided to pack it in and give up Amazon because he was so overwhelmed by it. Which again, I empathize. I get it, but it doesn't matter what business model you're in. Nothing comes easy. You have to have a thick skin because in business, grit determines the winner. People who stick with it and bash through the problems, those are the ones who win. So if you can do that without getting emotionally, trampled by every problem, you're going to do well. And again, I feel like hesitant to say that because I don't want to sound like an ass, but it's true, isn't it? Like you really do have to have a thick skin.
Yeah, this look, it doesn't matter what business you run. There's going to be a a problem, and Amazon have got its fair share of problems. If you went to set up a, I don't know, an estate agency company, like that is going to have its own set of problems. Whether you set up a company where you hire skips, like that is going to have its own problems. Like they're all going to have their own problems. They might not seem it when you first start them, but they will come and you will know about them at some point. And
Mm.
it's just what it is. Like no business is going to be easy, smooth, plain sailing. It just doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, grass is always greener, is what they say, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Aiden,
So
100%.
Buffett's Sorry, I
Mhm.
was going to say Buffett's is saying, isn't
Oh,
it a
yes.
legal requirement for B2B to supply invoices? So it's a legal requirement if the buyer is VAT registered. So if both businesses are VAT registered, then legally, as far as HMRC are concerned, that they must provide a VAT invoice. But if, let's say, John Lewis was selling to someone who isn't VAT registered, then legally they don't have to give that person a VAT invoice. It's only when the actual purchaser is VAT registered, then it becomes yeah, legal to do so. But some of them
So
just tell you no anyway.
I googled that buffer because I googled that on my screen. So, is it legal? Is it a legal requirement for a US company to give a UK company an invoice? And it says yes, a US company is generally required by UK law to provide a formal invoice to a UK business customer, especially when the transaction involves VAT registered entities. It's called the reverse charge mechanism. They rejected it to me. I might go back to them with that and see what they say. But yeah,
But
uh,
a US company, what do they give a crap about UK law?
yeah.
If some American person said to me, "Oh, in America you have to do this," I don't care. I'm not in America.
I see. In the reverse, I would care because Americans are really litigious, and I wouldn't want to get sued.
Wow, I see what you mean, but I think they'll have a good job suing someone in England for something like that, surely.
Yeah,
But I
you can
know,
find me on 1-800 Yellow Brick Lane Road.
yeah, exactly. But I know what you mean. Yeah, Yanks just love suing
Oh, they
anyone.
love a good lawsuit, don't they?
Oh, they really do. But I can see why. Like, I would be not interested. So yeah, I guess UK is a bit different.
So Aidan said 100% agree there. For instance, ungating for a lot of beginners puts them off. Haven't had to think about that for months. Honestly, like I actually feel like I've proved this with data recently. People coming in still say that Amazon is saturated, which anyone who's been selling in the game knows it's less saturated than it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago when I started. If you look at Google Trends, Amazon is out of fashion in comparison. And it's gotten harder with compliance, and ungating has gotten harder, which means way less people are doing it. And like genuinely, it's going to be a problem for like 3 months. You're going to be restricted and gated and a lot of stuff for like 3 months. Invest some money into it, get ungated, and then, as Aidan said, eventually you get to a point where it's not an issue. So if you're coming into a business model and you can't even get through a rough patch of a few months, which to be honest, if you're putting a lot of time into it, isn't even that bad. It's not. It's not. Sunshine and rainbows all the time, but it's not that bad. If you can't even get through that, then I don't think self employment maybe is a good choice overall. To be honest.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right there.
Nothing big in life comes without risk. Yeah, 100% agree. 100%
Agree.
agree.
Definitely, definitely.
Everything good comes with hard work as well. I said this in a live the other day. I really feel like as a society, everyone wants quick wins that are really easy, and yet at the same time, we all acknowledge that struggle, overcoming adversity, and working hard gives us fulfillment. So it's a bit weird that everyone wants it both ways. Everyone wants it really easy and quick, but also we understand that we need struggle and adversity and overcoming challenges to be happy. Very, very strange.
Yeah, for sure. Snappy Fish 100 ungates thing is going to reward those that persist. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna just weed out the people who aren't serious sellers. So the people who do want to be on this platform for the long term will succeed, and they're the ones who are going to be left. Which is not a bad thing. Like if it gets rid of a load of people who aren't that serious about it, then that's good for everyone, really.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, really enjoyed the chat. I would be up for keeping talking, but I know, Sam, you got to do stuff. And my missus has just started a business herself and I need to help her make her content plan. So
Uh,
James has just said, talking about ungates, worth doing a 10 unit Xbox ungate with the game from Curry's would be around 270, but it's profitable. I would, yeah.
yeah, for sure. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm trying to think with Currys, their invoices, I think you'll have to request for an invoice from them because the ones they send you in the email are like they're called like VAT receipts or something like that. So
Isn't
yeah, it's
isn't that Argos?
no, it's Currys as well.
Okay.
They come as an attachment, whereas Argos is just they just say, "I'll use that email," and you're pretty much using an order confirmation as the invoice. Whereas Currys, they do actually give you the attachment, but on the attachment it does say I think like VAT receipt or something. So you will try and request one from them, which is an actual invoice and not a VAT receipt or whatever they call it.
I haven't used curries as an as an ungate for so long. I've never had issues with it every time I've tried. I think curries is one of the retailers that with our automations we have the request email set up. So to request the invoice, it was just a click of a button. Which, by the way, to everyone in here, yeah, you're going to like the software. Let's put it that way. It's being tested by a wider group and going to be coming out soon. Cow has added some wild stuff into the software lately, and we're very excited to get it to you guys.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Cool.
Right, guys, thanks for jumping on. Good to chat, and we'll be live. I'll be live tomorrow on TikTok anyway. If anyone wants to jump on there.
Yeah, sound. I'll let you know. Okay, thanks, lads. It's max order 5, but just going to do 2 orders. Yeah, do it, mate. Definitely. Right. Yeah, thank you ever so much, guys. Join our free Discord if you're not in there already. And if you want to work with us one to one, let us know. We can schedule a call. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for joining.